Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got something exciting lined up for you. Let's jump right in. In Argentina, football is not just a sport. It is an inheritance, an identity, and at times a political movement. And nowhere is that truer than in Buenos Aires, where two clubs Boca Juniors and River Plate have turned a century-old football rivalry into one of the most dramatic cultural spectacles in the world. This is the Superclásico, a fixture that consumes the nation's attention, splits families, and has echoed far beyond Argentina's borders. Below, we break down 10 facts that reveal why this rivalry isn't just famous, it's legendary. 1. Origins rooted in class and place. The story begins in La Boca, a working-class neighborhood at the mouth of the Riachuelo River. Both River Plate, founded in 1901, and Boca Juniors 1905, emerged here, formed by Italian immigrants and dockworkers who played football on open lots between warehouses and shipyards. But their paths diverged dramatically. In 1925, River Plate moved north to the affluent Nantes district, building the imposing El Monumental Stadium. Boca stayed in La Boca, embracing its gritty, immigrant-heavy identity. From then on, the rivalry became not just about football, but about social class, geography, and identity. Boca symbolizing the tough, streetwise working class, and River earning the nickname Los Millonarios for their expensive signings and wealthier fan base. This class divide still shapes the narrative today. To wear blue and gold is to represent resilience and grit. To wear red and white is to stand for elegance and ambition. And in Argentina, that choice says something about who you are, too. The birth of the Superclásico. The first official clash took place on the 24th of August 1913 at Racing Club Stadium of Avellaneda. Just 7,000 fans attended, a modest crowd by today's standards, but one that set the stage for something monumental. River won 2-1. The term Superclásico wouldn't appear for decades, yet the seed of the rivalry had already been planted. Back then, there were no giant tifos or deafening chants, just two young clubs fighting for early supremacy. Within a few years, matches became increasingly heated, with controversial refereeing, on-field brawls, and unforgettable goals adding fuel to the fire. The rivalry's early decades were a tug-of-war for dominance, each victory reported in newspapers with language more reminiscent of war bulletins than sports coverage. 3. The world's most intense derby. The Superclásico is often called the fiercest derby in football, surpassing even the Old Firm in Scotland, El Clásico in Spain, and Der Klassiker in Germany. British newspaper The Observer once wrote that it makes the Old Firm look like a primary school kickabout, and Forte magazine placed it atop its list of world football rivalries. The passion is amplified by Argentina's football culture. Fans don't just attend, they sing, drum, wave flags, and ignite flares for 90 minutes straight. Colors, songs, and choreography are carefully planned weeks in advance. Even before the game, Buenos Aires transforms into a split city, taxis decorated in club colors, shop owners wearing jerseys, and workplace conversations revolving entirely around the coming match. For foreign players, it's a shock. Many have spoken about how their first Superclásico left them trembling in the tunnel before kickoff, unable to hear teammates over the roar. As ex-Boca player Juan Roman Riquelme put it, "You don't play a Superclásico, you live it." 4. Gate 12 tragedy. Football's darkest day in Argentina. Not every chapter of Argentina's greatest football rivalry is remembered with joy. On the 23rd of June 1968, after a 0-0 Superclásico draw at River Plate's Estadio Monumental, tragedy struck. At Gate 12, an exit used mainly by Boca Juniors supporters, a deadly crush occurred. Officially, 71 fans were killed and more than 150 injured, though some eyewitnesses believe the toll was higher. The cause remains one of Argentine football's enduring mysteries. Some claim the gate was locked, others said police blocked the exit, creating a bottleneck. No one was ever held accountable. For decades, the disaster was rarely spoken of. In 2008, River Plate installed a memorial plaque at the Monumental. Boca Juniors followed in 2021, declaring the 23rd of June a permanent day of mourning for the club. The tragedy endures as a sobering reminder that the passion of this rivalry can carry devastating consequences. 5. Continental chaos. The 2015 Copa Libertadores incident. Superclásicos have often spilled beyond the control of referees, but the 2015 Copa Libertadores round of 16 match was a low point. At halftime of the second leg at La Bombonera, with the tie delicately poised, a Boca fan managed to spray a homemade chemical irritant at River players as they emerged from the tunnel. Several required medical treatment for burns and eye injuries. The match was abandoned, and CONMEBOL ruled Boca had forfeited the tie, allowing River to progress and eventually win the tournament. Boca was fined and ordered to play continental matches behind closed doors. The incident added another layer of animosity, especially as River fans claimed it proved Boca's desperation, while Boca fans accused River of exaggerating injuries. 6. Madrid. The final that left Argentina perhaps no match better symbolized the rivalry's global reach than the 2018 Copa Libertadores final. It was the first time Boca and River met in the final of South America's most prestigious club tournament, a two-legged clash billed as the final to end all finals. The first leg at La Bombonera ended to 2-2, a thrilling, rain-soaked battle. But before the second leg at El Monumental, River fans attacked Boca's team bus with rocks and pepper spray, injuring players. The chaos forced CONMEBOL to take an extraordinary decision. The decisive match would be moved to Madrid's Santiago Bernabeu in Spain. River won 3-1 after extra time, lifting the Libertadores in front of a global audience. For River fans, it was the ultimate bragging right. For Boca fans, it was a heartbreak made worse by the fact it happened on foreign soil. 7. Legendary scorelines and comebacks. The Superclásico's history is littered with scorelines etched into fan memory. Boca's biggest win, 6-0 1928, a display of total dominance that River fans still grit their teeth at. River's biggest win, 5-1 1941, a statement victory that reinforced their Los Millonarios image, already born in the 1930s after a spree of costly signings. There have also been remarkable turnarounds. In 1972, Boca came from 4-2 down to beat River 5-4, a chaotic goal fest still shown on highlight reels in La Boca. In the 1991 Copa Libertadores, Boca overturned the odds against River, fueled by a raucous Bombonera crowd that seemed to suck the ball into the net. These moments aren't just statistics, they're emotional landmarks for generations of fans. 8. Knockout clashes. The mano-a-mano battles. While league meetings are intense, knockout games carry a special edge. Since the 1970s, Boca and River have met multiple times in domestic and Continental Cup eliminations. River leads the head-to-head in these do-or-die encounters, 13 wins, but Boca has scored some of the most celebrated victories, like the 1976 Nacional Championship final won by a Ruben Soon free kick that fans still call El Tiro Libre Más Famoso. Each elimination is retold for years, dissected in bars and radio shows. Players who score in these games become instant cult heroes. Those who miss penalties are remembered for all the wrong reasons. 9. Double agents. Players and coaches who crossed the divide. Switching between Boca Juniors and River Plate is considered near sacrilege in Argentine football, yet a few players have done it often amid controversy. Oscar Ruggeri, Gabriel Batistuta, and Jonathan Maidana are among the rare names to have worn both shirts. Enduring the anger of former supporters, even managers have crossed the divide. Alfredo Di Stefano, the legendary forward-turned-coach, led Boca in the late 1960s and River in the early 1980s. Cesar Luis Menotti also took the helm at both clubs, proving that in football, professional opportunity can sometimes outweigh tribal loyalty, though never without backlash. 10. Modern flashpoints. Sergio Romero and the 2024 incident. Even today, the rivalry produces headlines beyond the pitch. In 2024, Boca goalkeeper Sergio Romero, a former Manchester United player, was suspended for 2 matches after confronting and threatening a Boca fan who insulted him following a Superclásico defeat. Romero apologized publicly, but the incident showed that the emotional stakes remain sky-high, not just for supporters, but for players themselves. The Superclásico doesn't just test skill, it tests temperament. Conclusion: why the Superclásico stands apart from the muddy pitches of early 20th century Buenos Aires to the pristine grass of Madrid's Santiago Bernabeu. The Boca River rivalry has carried the weight of history, class identity, personal pride, and sheer footballing drama. It is a fixture where every tackle, every chant, and every goal is loaded with meaning. It is not just 90 minutes, it is the continuation of a story told for more than 100 years, and one that will keep growing as long as Argentina breathes football. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Got questions or ideas? Drop them below. I love hearing from you. Until next time, take care and stay awesome.